Our project is the analysis of longboard bearings. For our background and terminology, skate and longboard bearings are made of 5 different parts, but 3 of the parts are subject to change, such as the balls, retainers, and shield. Additionally, lubricants are subject to change, and the price of bearings are generally determined by brand name, quality of material, and manufacturing.
The 2 most common lubricants are going to be oil and grease, dependent on the product's application. Oil provides faster hand spin, but doesn't guarantee high performance, and grease results in slower hand spin, but lasts longer and improves bearing lifespan. Slower hand spin is often misjudged by consumers as poor quality.
For our goal of this project, we want to support these findings, and by doing that, we will be solving for the life cycle of each bearing type under a given load. Also, we will be comparing their limiting speeds. We predict that for life cycles, grease will be the highest and oiled will be the lowest, and for limiting speeds, ceramic will be the highest and grease will be the lowest.
So as mentioned earlier, we're solving for the life cycle of a ball bearing, noted by A equaling 3. We found the basic dynamic load rating and the catalog rating life in the SKF manual. Use the A1 parameter equation listed above with a 90% bearing reliability and solve for the desired rating load, which will be later mentioned.
For the greased bearing, we first solved for the force on the bearing, which we got by using the average force across the longboard divided by 8, since there's 8 bearings, which gave us 100.12 newtons. The dynamic load rating from the SKF site was 3.45 kilonewtons, and the limiting speed was 16,000 revs per minute. Using these values, we calculated for the life cycle, which is 4.09 times 10 to the 11th cycles.
For the ceramic ball bearing, we found that the dynamic load rating was 3.28 kilonewtons, limiting speed was 38,000 revs per minute, and the life cycle was 3.42 times 10 to the 11th cycles.
For the oil lubricant bearing, the basic dynamic load rating was found to be 1.99 kilonewtons with a limiting speed of 22,000 revolutions per minute. Once these values were plugged in, we got a 7.85 times 10 to the 10th life cycle.
For our results, we saw that our results actually matched our predictions, where for the life cycle, grease was the highest and oiled was the lowest, and for limiting speeds, ceramic was the highest while grease was the lowest. Grease bearings tend to be cheap and have the highest life cycle, so they are the most bang for your buck and are best for skateboarders or downhill longboarders. Ceramic bearings are the most expensive but allow for the highest top speeds. It is typically only recommended for racers since they are a little overkill. Oil bearings might seem a bad choice, however they are perfect for your standard longboarders since they allow for easier pushing at a cheaper price. These are references. Thank you.